would it mean to be able to talk to angels? How would that change your life? Join us now on Angel Talk Tuesday as the psychic angel channelers, Julie Geigel, Susan Schuler, and Lori Walker, allow angels to speak directly through them, sharing messages from beyond. As you bathe in the vibrational frequency of the angels here, you will begin to open up to a stronger and clearer communication of your own. The purpose of this show is to help you awaken, expand, and remember the magnificent being that you are and the mission you came here to fulfill.
Welcome everyone. Our theme for the month is love, and today's topic is love beyond measure. This is Julie Geigel, international psychic medium, trance channel for Archangel Metatron, and awakened healer. I offer psychic medium readings and spiritual counseling over the phone and in person in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. You can find me over at www.juliegeigel.com and on Facebook at Psychic Medium Julie. And we would love to join you, or we would love to invite you to join us for our monthly classes over on OMTimes Experts Learn It Live platform. I will be doing a monthly hypnosis session at a incredibly discounted price of what I would normally charge for a private session. So be sure to check out our next class coming up, Rewiring Your Brain, Relief for ADD and Addictions. And that will be the last Sunday of March, the 26th, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time over at www.bit.do/Julie Geigel. All right, let's go ahead and get started today, and I'm going to just ring the tingsha bells to clear out any energy and create a pure, sacred space for our trance channeling today. And then I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths with me. Welcome. I am Metatron, here in service to humanity. We are thrilled and delighted, as always, to join you here today, speaking of love, speaking of God's divine love for you. And just allow yourself to relax into this beautiful space of love that is being created here for you now. We come to offer a healing today, a healing for love. Many of you are in a fog. There is a veil around you, and you cannot see that which you ultimately are, love. And you feel disconnected, alone, incomplete. And we are here to remind you of your glory, of your grace, of your magnificence. Today we invite God to join us here on this channeling. We invite all of the angels and archangels in heaven, all of the masters of light and beings everywhere who are uplifting and assisting this planet in its ascension. And of course, the Pleiadians have now entered into this beautiful sacred space. As we come together collectively, uniting as one force to assist you in your enlightenment. For if you are here in this moment with us, listening in this time and space, you are experiencing awakening. You are opening up to enlightenment. Your total potential as a spiritual/human being. Feel the power. Feel the magnitude of the energy that is moving into your body now, into each and every cell of your being, experiencing complete totality. Now, allowing a beautiful expansion in your heart. Understanding that the most important relationship that you have on this earth plane is the one you have with God, with the universe, with spirit, whatever you desire to call that power beyond yourself. It is the most important thing in your life. And as you make time daily to tune into this power, this higher consciousness, and we choose to call that God, you will discover the struggle will dissolve, and you will move into a beautiful state of grace, a beautiful state of inspiration, and you will truly be a vehicle, a vessel to serve. For it is in your serving of others and of this planet that you will find your greatest reward, your greatest gifts, your greatest talents. You are blessed always, whether you are the giver or the receiver. At times in your life you are the receiver, and that's okay if you are in that place. But there will be times in your life where you are the giver, the server of the ultimate order of love. As you step outside of your personal relationships and make the relationship with God a priority in your life, your driving purpose, your sole function for being, everything else in your life will begin to fall into place and to line up. Everything will become easy and effortless. Remember, everything here on this planet is an illusion. The only thing that is real is love. And to find your connection back to Source, back to love, is to focus upon your relationship with God. Ever expanding, unconditional, infinitely available to you always in this beautiful space and time. I am Metatron, and I have spoken here today. This is Julie Geigel, and you can find me over at www.juliegeigel.com. We are taking live callers today. If you have any comments or questions about our show, about our channeling, about your life, we would love to hear from you. You can dial in now at 1-202-570-7057. Again, that number is 1-202-570-7057. And we will also be offering mini psychic and medium readings if you have specific questions about your life that you need assistance with today. You are listening to Angel Talk Tuesday. Coming up in our next segment, we will be discussing the channeling that Metatron brought through today with our beautiful, fabulous Lori Walker. So stay tuned.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hi, I'm Kelly Fox, host and astrologer of The Astrology Show. Each week, I'll give you access to the current transits, which are a valuable tool that provide astrological information to help unlock the potential each of us has. Understanding the stars can help steer us in the right direction to make better informed choices. So if you're wondering what's going to happen in your week ahead, be sure to tune in to The Astrology Show for guidance, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Do you need help with relationships, romance, or career? I'm a triple-tested, accurate, and ethical psychic medium and spiritual counselor. Simply click on my Call Me Now button at juliegeigel.com.
This is Susan Schuler. In life, intention is everything, and I make each of my handmade soy candles and smudging sprays just for you. Go to mediumsusan.com for details.
Hi, this is Lori Walker. Have you picked up your free gift yet? You can download my chakra clearing meditation from my website at loriwalker.com.
And we are
The Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
So welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. We're going to be talking a little bit about the message that Metatron just provided. It was beautiful. One of the things that I noticed was that Metatron said this: in serving others, we find our greatest rewards, and also greatest gifts and greatest talents, and that it's a blessing to be either a receiver or the giver. That was beautiful. And also the most important relationships that we have, or relationship, is with God, and that is our top priority. That's really beautiful. He also said that once we do that, that everything falls into place, everything lines up. And what did you think, Julie?
Yeah, I just thought, it's such a powerful message, because this whole month we've been focusing on relationships, especially relationships with your partner. And I think that, sometimes we forget in our busyness of our life that when we really pause and take that time for prayer, for quiet reflection, that really brings us back to our truth. It really brings us back to that space of,
Mm-hmm.
what the Course in Miracles says: the only thing that's real is love. Everything else is an illusion. It just is a
That was
beautiful
really, I loved
reminder.
that phrase. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
And
a
that
beautiful reminder.
the only truth really is love. That's just amazing to think about that. We get so caught up in all of the things that are happening in the world, and to think that it's all an illusion, if we can just accept that the truth is love.
Yeah, I know a lot of times when I get caught up in, my daughter's life or my children's lives, or, things happening with my husband, it's like, okay, this isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real. Because, if you can really look on the grander scale of what's happening on the planet, that, all of these experiences are always about how it makes you feel. And when you can let go of the expectations and attachments that you have to wanting things to be a certain way, that it really opens up that beautiful space of love and aligning with, that truth of your soul.
Right. Wonderful. Well, I know that we are missing Susan today, but I'm really appreciating this opportunity to talk with you and to hear a message from Metatron and about love, because we've been focusing on love mostly this month, and it's this message. We've talked about lost love and all of those things, but I love that we're really summarizing it and saying, but the most important love is the love that we have between ourselves and God. Because we are all one. And if we can love ourselves and love God, then it just spreads out to the whole universe, because we all really are one.
Yeah. Yep. So it always is, when you think of your top 10, what are the priorities in your life? God is number one for me in my life. I spend a lot of time in prayer. I do. I read this beautiful book, and it was just, a local person, and he talked about how when you can kind of have a couple prayers, or just putting sacred things in your house. I mean, I've got a cross in every room practically, or a picture of Jesus or Mary, or just some crystals, some sacred item in every single room, and that energy charges that room, that space. And if there's conflict in that room, say maybe I'm getting into a deep discussion with my daughter about something, that energy I can feel is just kind of a calming, soothing stable point in that space. So I do that. I've got angel stickers on all of my windows, on all of my mirrors, and that really prepares your space to be in tune with the energy of the divine, to be in touch with the grace of God. So constantly bringing you back to center, constantly grounding you. And the prayers are just fantastic. I mean, the Our Father itself, I've heard, it has programmed into it a beautiful clearing, a beautiful cleansing and healing. So simply just repeating the Our Father before you go into a meeting and you're frightened or fearful about what's going to happen will infuse that situation with the grace of God.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and I know in your work, Lori, as you're a midwife, correct me if I'm not using the right terminology there. As a midwife, I'm sure you've got experiences with God as you bring these beautiful newborn babies into this world.
Oh, absolutely. Before I was involved in this work with as a spiritual counselor, medium, I used to say that when babies are born, I would feel angels rush in the room. But I said it and I felt it, but now it's even more so. Having that presence and feeling those spirits coming in with the babies, because I sense them. There's angels all around, and to be in the presence of the room full of love when a baby's being born it's just explodes. Your heart just explodes. And it's such an honor and privilege to be a part of all of that.
Yeah, definitely love beyond measure in that moment.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, that is so exciting. Yeah, and what an honor to be able to be a part of that. But yeah, God is everywhere, and if we really look for that divine experience, that divine moment, it changes our life. And when we set aside time, like I said, I usually set aside an hour in the morning, and I just sit and drink coffee. I call it my quiet time. To my family, it's like, shh, no talking during quiet time. But for me, that's the meditation. And then, I go through my prayers. I've got like 3 or 4 of them. I pray for everybody. I pray for, people on my mailing list. I kind of go through that whole thing. But I tell you, when I start my day like that, it just puts an ease and an effortlessness in my day. When I don't have the opportunity to do that, I just feel like I'm racing from here to there, and things get a little disconnected or disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, we can put our attention where it should be, which is like give it up, surrender to the universe, surrender to God. And just by setting that intention, we are setting setting the day, right? You're giving it away to God and just allowing his love to pour forward. I think that's the best thing, to start off the morning that way.
Yeah, I love when you say letting his love pour forth, because it really does feel like that, an avalanche. His cup overfloweth. And, what a beautiful time to be talking about this, Lori. I mean, tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. I know you're Catholic. I'm Catholic. And it is, we're getting ready for our 40 days of Lent, which is such a sacred time in our religion. And I mean, I'm not as much of a religious person as I am a spiritual person. So for me, I really love some of the rituals that my faith has. And for me, the Ash Wednesday starts our 40 days of Lent, and really being focused on serving. How can I serve? How can I give back? How can I help other people? And what can I sacrifice? What sacrifices can I make in my life in these 40 days? What can I give up and go without for 40 days as a tribute to God's love.
Well,
And
I
I've
think
decided I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up shopping for 40 days, Lori.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm already going through withdrawals right now. It's like, oh my God, I got to buy everything today because tomorrow I can't spend any money for 40 days.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, good luck on that.
I know. Usually I give up sugar, like ice cream or something easy like that. But yeah, I'm going for the gold this time. But yeah.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to hearing what Rialta has to say on this topic. I can feel her coming, and I think she's really got something special to add to our discussions today. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm absolutely excited.
I just
And
want to remind everybody that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Remind everybody that.
That we are going to be accepting calls today, and that they can call in at 1-202-570-7057 for a little mini reading with us today with Julie and I.
Yes, please do call in, and that number is 1-202-570-7057. And don't forget to join us in the Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom on Facebook, where we post our favorite quotes from the channeling, and we can answer your questions in the breakroom as well during our commercials. So lots of ways to tune in and connect with us. And I also wanted to share I'm doing a Facebook Live. I host that every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time over on OMTimes magazine. And I also do free psychic readings at the end of that Facebook Live. All right. We will be back shortly. Stay tuned for Angel Talk Tuesday.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel. Would you like to know the secret to manifesting? Join our next Manifesting Mastermind to create miracles of health, wealth, love, and joy. Sign up at juliegeigel.com.
Why wonder when you can know? Hi, this is psychic medium Susan Schuler. Let me help you get the answers. Schedule an appointment today at mediumsusan.com.
Hi, this is Lori Walker. Would you like to receive daily inspiration? Join me on Instagram and Facebook at Lori Walker, Psychic Medium Healer.
And we are
the Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air
and then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And we do have a live
back
caller.
To Angel Talk Tuesday. This is Lori
We do have
Walker.
A live caller, Lori.
Yes.
Lori, I just wanted to mention we've got Sandra from North Carolina. We will take her during our 4th segment. So, Sandra, if you can hang in there for another segment, we will be touching base with you shortly. Thanks, Lori.
Great. I'm looking forward to that. Well, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself for those people who really don't know me yet. But my name is Lori Walker, and I can be found over at my website at loriwalker.com, and that's spelt Lori as in Lorri, walker.com. And for the last 30 years, I've been a registered nurse, a nurse practitioner, and a nurse midwife, as Julie mentioned earlier. And I've been delivering baby spirits into loving families now for quite a while. But now I'm also a spiritual medium, and I've been a spiritual channel for angels for 10 years. I consider myself a midwife to spirit, actually bringing spirit into more loving families, kind of like a midwife. And I'm blessed to be a spiritual medium, an energy healer, and a spiritual counselor. And I've been a trance or channel for Rialta. She's of the angelic realm, and I've been channeling her for about 10 years, as I mentioned. And Rialta actually represents a group of angels which initially identified themselves to me as we are many, but now they've chosen to call themselves Rialta. So I do offer personal psychic or mediumship readings, as well as energy healing, house clearing, relationship readings for parents and partners with new babies. I also do. I've been hosting a spiritual development group for years and mentoring budding mediums. And I offer these services in my home in San Clemente or by phone, Skype, or FaceTime. And you can also schedule a personal communication with Rialta as well. And remember to pick up your free gift. I've got chakra meditations on my website, again, at lauriewalker.com. So let me see. I wanted to mention also that Susan and I will be doing a live demonstration of evidential mediumship with the international medium Chris Drew on March 18th in Santa Ana, California. And if you'd like to know more about that, you can go to my website again under the events page at lauriewalker.com. So now if you can just give me a moment, I'm just going to connect with Rialta and see what she has to say today about our topic on love. Greetings, dear ones. We come today with gratitude for this opportunity to share our views with many of you, to share our perspective from our higher vibration, to answer and address the question which is brought before us today. Today, your question comes before us: what about love from Source? God, Goddess, all that is? How much does God love you, you may ask? In your present human form, it is quite common to quantify the experience of love. For example, you may say, how much do you love your pet? How much do you love your children, your spouse, your friends, your job? All of these thoughts are ways to quantify or measure your love in your mind. Perhaps you love a little bit more. Perhaps you love a lot. We say to you that the love which God has for you is immeasurable. Immeasurable. This may seem like a difficult concept to grasp. Know that the universe which you live in, the vastness may be incomprehensible to you. The same may be so as you contemplate the love which comes from Source or God. For as your sun shines upon you, you may feel its warmth. You may at times shade yourself from the source of the warmth of your sun. You may also shade yourself from the love of God or Source. You may at times, knowingly or unknowingly, shade yourself from this source. But isn't the source always there, even when you block its power? The sun is always present, but there are times you do not feel its power or its vibration. The same is with the love of God, Goddess, all that is, or your source. The love from God is without measure, which surrounds you. But there are times that you may not feel this power of love. You may have sheltered yourself from it. It is possible by turning your attention away from this power that you may not feel the love of Source. Yet it is there, always available. Would you not choose to want to feel the love of God? Make the decision to turn towards God and open your heart to feel the immeasurable amount of love which is being poured upon you. For it is being poured upon you for who you are, for your individuality. For God loves you more than you love yourself, for everything which makes you unique, for your uniqueness, your characteristics which you may interpret as a flaw. Just as there may be a flaw in a flower, does that make it more unique? Perhaps more worthy of attention or love? Every little nuance of you is loved by God. Accept all the love which God has for you. Let it surround you. Know that you are loved throughout this existence. Everything is occurring in its proper time. There may be opportunities for learning for you where one may not feel the great source of love. We ask you to consider this. If a child is learning to walk and this child stumbles and falls, the parent picks them up and encourages them on, or even may allow them to stumble and fall. Isn't this love, allowing them to grow for their maturity, for that which will come next, allowing them to become better and better at the task at hand? This parent is showing them love, are they not? Are they not? Think of God in this way. There may be times where you stumble, that you feel that you are not at your best. Know that God sees this and sends angels to surround you. Feel their presence around you. Do not shade your soul from the angels who surround you and encourage you on for your betterment, for your growth in this life. When you are in these moments, when you stumble in your path of learning, try to remember that there are angels with you. If you turn your attention to that fact, then by giving attention to this fact, then you are surrounded by angels and God's love. Let it shine upon you. Know that they are with you, encouraging you to take that next step, loving you, helping you on your path of growth. Life is an ongoing opportunity for learning in relationships, in accomplishments, in work, in study. All of these things are for your growth. Know that God loves you and supports you in your journey. Yes, God knows your potential and loves you every step of the way, much as a parent loves their child during their small steps and their scrapes and their scratches and fumbles and falls. They love them every bit of the way because they know their potential. Reach out mentally and emotionally from your soul to embrace the support you have from God in your endeavors. Feel the love. Remind yourself every day. Take a moment, if only a moment, to sit quietly, close your eyes, and ask to feel the love of God. Welcome it into your heart. Take away that shade structure you may have put up emotionally. Feel the warmth, the power, the vibration of love of God for you. Embrace it. Give gratitude for it. Know it is yours. And we ask you to give attention to this fact that you are loved without measure. Love without measure. When you know that you are loved without measure, then you will begin to feel your own uniqueness, acceptance of your own uniqueness, your growth spurts, your growth opportunities. Accept these. Accept them. We hope that you will take these words which we have brought you this day, to take the moments at the beginning of your day and any time in between to just mentally ask. Take your attention towards the love of God. Then you will begin to know the truth that you are loved. You can be reminded regularly that you are loved by God. Have a personal relationship with God where you can feel the love of your uniqueness. It's with great love that we give you these words. Thank you. And now we are going to take a small break, and we will be back to talk about our messages from Rialta. I can be found at www.loriwalker.com. Thank you, and look forward to speaking with a guest next.
Bringing a more conscious lifestyle to your world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel. Would you like a free psychic reading? Become a member of our inner circle and get a free reading today. Sign up at juliegeigel.com.
Hi, this is Susan Schuler. Have you stopped by my website to download your free mini grounding meditation? Do so now at mediumsusan.com.
Would you like to speak with an angel? Hi, I'm Lori Walker, a trance channel for Rialta from the angelic realm. Book your session now at loriwalker.com.
And we are
the Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. This is Julie Geigel. Thank you for listening to Angel Talk Tuesday, hosted every Tuesday on OMTimes Radio. Thank you, Lori, for that beautiful message from Rialta. And we are excited to take a caller, Chris. So if she is still on the line, Sandra from North Carolina, we are ready.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. I have a question. I have been extremely emotional since I woke up this morning. I feel like something happened last night, and I can't get centered. I've tried to ground and get back, in alignment with pure source energy in my heart. And I was just wondering if you could tap into that and see what's going on with me.
Yeah, and I pulled a few cards for you here today, and one of the first cards that comes up is the celebration card. So I'm seeing that this is actually, part of that awakening process. It doesn't always feel good, and that's what is very confusing for people, is sometimes it feels a little bit unnerving, or there's the shift in energy, it feels different. So it's not what people are used to or what people are expecting. So sometimes that can create some fear in your life. So the number one thing the angels want you to know is that it's all good, that you are opening, your heart's opening, there's a beautiful expansion occurring, and there's a beautiful new energy that's moving into your life. And actually the second card that came in from the fairy deck is everything's okay. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. So again, that's, double confirmation that not only is something beautiful occurring in your life, but everything in your life is going to be okay. Does that make sense?
Awesome. That's wonderful. I was just, are there anything that I can do to kind of shift me? I've been trying to stay in the feeling, in my heart with love and joy and really feeling that. And I can't seem to get along with that today.
Lori, do you have any thoughts for Sandra today?
I'm sorry. Yes, Sandra, this is Lori. So as I feel into your energy, the very first thing I'm feeling is that there is this vibrational change that's happening with you. And I feel very strongly that you need to step out of wherever you're at currently. And I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but I'm feeling very strongly that you need to leave the building, and almost you need to, if there's any possibility of being somewhere in nature, because you need to change the vibration that's happening with you right now. It's almost like you need to go and let loose of this static vibration that's happening, and go outside, and if you can either touch a tree or feel the ground or put your feet in the grass, something like that, and then work on spending just a couple minutes just grounding and letting your energy, your vibration change. I'm also sensing psychically that there's in your root chakra, there's again, it's as Julie said, there's a change occurring in your awakening, and it's disrupting your feeling of security or in a feeling of safety for you. And it's that feels like an old something that's from a long time ago, and that's why it happened when you were asleep. So it's something subconsciously coming up to be released. So allow it to be released, because the disruption you're feeling is, imagine like almost an earthquake. I'm in California, so that's something I'm familiar with. But the earthquake is happening to allow this release to happen. So you need to change your environment. If it's only for a few minutes, go outside and then let go of what's happening for you, so you can change this vibration and letting go. Don't try to hold on to it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It's just like, as much as I tried today to refocus and let go and move out of it, it's just like it's stuck.
Yeah, it is. But that's why you need to change where you're at. Leave the environment where you're at. You need to literally go out in nature where the earth heals us. So leave the building, the structure that you're in. Literally go outside and be in nature.
Sandra, do you have an opportunity, Sandra, to go for a walk this morning?
Well, not this morning, but later on this evening, I will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, even just going out and walking to your car, or, if you have to go to work and walking from your car to the building, just imagine releasing and letting go of any stagnant energy. And then tonight, when you have some time to really get out in nature and really go for a walk, then you can really focus on opening your heart, feeling that love, and releasing anything old that's no longer serving you. Yeah, beautiful. It's a beautiful time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck, and thank you so much for calling in today. We love to hear from our listeners. And Sandra, don't forget to join us over in the Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom, where we post our favorite quotes from the show.
Okay, and thank both of you lovely ladies. I appreciate your help.
You bet.
So very much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're just going to take a minute to talk about Lori's channeling today from Rialta, and she had some very, very powerful words today. I was busy. I've got a whole page full of stuff that just really resonated with my soul. The first thing she talked about was measure. We measure love, and we quantify different things in our life. And she used that as a beautiful example of how we cannot quantify the love that God has for us, because His love is immeasurable, infinite. There are times when you may not feel the love of God, yet it is always there, always available. So Rialta also talked about that shield, that veil that we kind of put around ourselves. And sometimes when we get depressed or anxious or worrisome, we kind of go into, I call it a pit. We go into that pit, that rabbit hole. And we forget all these beautiful resources that we have around us. God sends His angels to us. He sees us in need and sends them instantly, immediately. We have a plethora of angels surrounding us, and we have our own plethora of angels. I don't share mine with you. You don't share yours with me. And they are there. Their sole purpose is to be there, ever ready, ever available to assist us. So, sometimes people are like, oh, this is just a little thing. I don't want to bother God. I don't want to bother the angels. Well, that's what they're there for. They are literally, that's their assignment, is you, watching over you, working with you, helping you to be all that you came here to be. And I thought it was really important when she talked about make a decision. So this, again, is about being purposeful in your life. I talk to people all the time about do not live on default. Default is our ego. Default is when we just allow the whims of the world to have their way with us. Be purposeful in your life. Rialta said, make a decision to feel God's love, which is constantly being poured upon you. Any thoughts on that, Lori?
When I'm in it, I almost don't hear it. And when you say it, I'm thinking, wow, that was really cool. so it's like as she's speaking through me, it's almost like I hear it better coming from you. But yeah, I thought it was wonderful for many reasons. I loved what you just said about making that conscious decision to put our attention on the love of God and to really feel it and accept it. And then I thought it was interesting how she said, she kept emphasizing, know the facts. The fact is that you are surrounded by love of God, and that you are unique and loved for all your flaws. I thought that was beautiful, the analogy that was made about, you know, as a child, if you're helping a child to learn to walk and you have to let them sometimes stumble and fall, it doesn't mean that you love them any less. You know, it's God loves us even though we stumble and fall, and then it doesn't mean that God isn't with us when we stumble and fall, does it? I mean, I thought that was a wonderful analogy. It's because we aren't perfect or we have difficulties doesn't mean that we don't have the love of God, but that He, as you said, He sends angels to surround us. And then it's making, all of those things are for our growth and our maturity and for what is to come next. It's not to make us weak or show that we're imperfect. It's actually to give us strength for what's to come next. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. That parent relationship analogy is so powerful because we can all relate to that. And I know you also talked about God loves and supports us on this journey, and He knows our potential. Mm-hmm. And that potential is what He continues to strive to pull forward from us. Such a beautiful show today. Thank you so much, Lori, for joining me here today, and all of our listeners. Archives are posted 24 hours after the live show airs on OMTimesRadio.com. Don't forget to join us on Facebook in the Angel Talk Tuesday Breakroom. And remember, you have a plethora of angels uplifting, inspiring, and enfolding you in God's love every day. Until next time, this is the Psychic Angel Channelers, Julie Geigel, Susan Schuler, and Lori Walker, helping you